We can. Do you guys want to talk about Pearl Jam a little bit?
Yeah, what happened with those guys, and who are they?
Um, you know what, Nate should start because Nate knows a little bit more about Pearl Jam than we do. I'm sure he's met Eddie and Jeff and Stone and all those guys numerous times outside of their tour. But yeah, see, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I have not met Eddie or Stone or Jeff or Matt Cameron or any of those guys. I haven't met them. So go for it, Nate.
All separately, but yeah, all cool guys.
Well, and you
man.
got to talk about Fest too because you see that every year down there. So
what's that?
Ohana Fest, Eddie's thing.
Oh yeah, it kind of all goes hand in hand. So yeah, Pearl Jam dropped their new record today, first time in 7 years. Though the last album they released is when I moved here in the fall of 2013, Lightning Bolt.
That's kind of
crazy. This new one, Gigaton, which is a reference to the amount of ice melt at our the ice caps are melting at a rate faster than we predicted. So they're literally gushing water out. The measurement's called a gigaton. So kind of a realistic view on what's going on in the world, climate-wise, I guess. You know, whether you believe it or not, I think we can all agree that something's happening. But yeah, the record's really, really good. I stayed up last night. Got released at midnight Eastern time, so 9 p.m. West Coast.
I'm jealous of that. I'm not gonna lie.
No kidding.
Oh, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool because like you were saying, visually, they put the album out in kind of this collaboration with some really cool photography that was kind of streamed on YouTube for a bunch of us like geeks to just like watch in real time. So we got to listen to the album with these amazing visuals that were shot. It looks like it was shot internationally. I don't know the exact locations, but and the photographer is the same one that did the artwork for the album. So Paul Nickel, I believe.
Yep.
Super talented guy. And yeah, the record's really good, man. I listened to it last night, and then I thought about it in my sleep, woke up, and then had to do some work from home, and then went to the record store that is right here in Encinitas. I told them I'll give them a shout out. So it's Lose Records in Encinitas. Really cool record store. Definitely similar to a Bull Moose, like grungy old.
Support your local record store, guys. If they're working online, buy something and have it sent to your house, especially if you have the means to do so.
Absolutely.
Don't even have to leave your house.
Yeah, I went there. It was weird. It was like to go take out album ordering. I was like, they told me to call, so I called and then ordered my album, went there in the parking lot. They delivered it out like in a paper bag. You know, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Just the bag, man. Go get this. Go get the bag, bro.
Yep. So I got the vinyl. Came with a cool promotional poster, which is usually something you get if you buy the album on the day of. All nerds will know this. It usually gets some kind of lithograph or something like that. So this is something I'll definitely frame. And yeah. What do you guys think? You guys check it out too, right?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, I mean, so I'm probably the smallest, is that the right word? Smallest Pearl Jam fan. Nate, you're probably the biggest out of us three. For me, I liked it. I've actually listened to it twice. I listened to it last night, and then I had it played in the background. Couple standout tracks were Dance to the Clairvoyance. I liked Quick Escape. The highlight was definitely Retrograde. That was one of the slower and lighter songs. And as I was listening to it, I thought, hey, this would be great as like the first song of the encore at Fenway, you know?
Yeah,
and just
absolutely
everyone's singing along and on a summer night like that. Visually, that's what I put in my head. I thought it was a great record. Will I come back to it? I think I will. And that's always for me with with so many releases these days when you have everything at your fingertips. I might be into something the day it comes out, but I won't revisit it. This I'll probably revisit.
Nice. Very
cool. I would agree with you, Twan. I listened through it today a little bit last night. I got the first 4 or 5 songs before it was too late and I had to go to bed. But I Clairvoyance I liked. I had heard that was the only song I had heard going into it. I purposely albums that I'm excited about. I purposely try to stay away from singles and not listen to stuff. And I want to get the whole album experience and listen to it from front to back. Clairvoyance I had heard at work a few times because it had been over a series that we listened to, and I had liked it. I was like, that sounds cool, but I was trying to ignore it even there. I was like, it's on in the background. Don't pay too much attention to it. You're going to pay more attention to it in a couple of weeks. But that one I think is probably, it's a different sound for them. than other Pearl Jam songs. I thought that I was like, this just doesn't sound. I mean, it sounds like Pearl Jam because it's Eddie, and nobody sounds like Eddie, but it was different, which was cool. I was like, all right, I could get into this. This is something, and I think they did that a couple of different times on the record. And then you get some straightforward Pearl Jam songs. There was one that I thought sounded very Never Destination. I thought sounded very Worldwide Suicide from Avocado, which came out. Geez, when did that come out, Nate? Like 15 years ago?
2005.
Yeah, 14, 06. Yeah.
05
so
or 06.
I thought that had a very Avocado feel to it. I thought the opening track had a very self-titled Avocado feel to it. So there were some straightforward Pearl Jam rock songs to kind of keep that old fan base at bay, but then there were some new, different explorations for them, which was cool. And that's always fun when you get a band that's 30 years old. They're like, hey, we're gonna give you something different. We're gonna try something new. And I actually liked a lot of the departures, which was cool. I really liked Comes Then Goes. I think that was the third to last song. That one felt, I don't know, it felt like them, but it felt like something completely different than they would do too. So, and it was longer, but the guitar was just guitar and Eddie, and it fit. It was like, I'm sitting on my porch, the sun's shining. This just feels like a vibe, like I'm into this. So there were a few of those like that kind of caught me. But Clairvoyance, I think, is probably a standout. Retrograde's definitely a standout. I could see that towards the end of a set. Then Quick Escape was cool. This actually led me to a question for you guys, and I think you probably will agree with me. But listening to that, I'm like, the guitar solo is good. It's longish, but this is made for a live show. This song is made to play live, so that they could they could just unleash Mike and let him go on for 15 minutes. You know what I mean, right? You guys think like music is made sometimes with the live show in mind, right? It has to be.
I feel like it's got to be, but I've asked that question of myself so many times with like what seems like an automatic stadium rocker or something like that. So I'd assume so, especially if you're thinking about like hair metal and stuff like that. Pearl Jam was, I don't know if they knew they were going to get this big, but now they're obviously pretty huge. So maybe they are, making riffs that would be, perfect for some kind of like ginormous like Slane Castle in Ireland or something like that, But yeah, good point.
I think definitely.
I'm still listening to the album. What's that one?
I was gonna say definitely. Songs are made with live intent, whether it's a big sing along or like gang vocals or like a big breakdown. They want people to go crazy.
Call and answer, that type of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.